Hi class, in this video I'm going to be talking about comparing fractions. So here's the question. Which fraction is the largest for example A, B, and C? Before we do that, let's define some symbols. So the greater than symbol is this one. So when you have a number on this side of the symbol, it's greater than a number on this side of the symbol. The less than symbol is this one. Basically what it means is if you have a number on the left side of this symbol, it's less than a number on the right side of this symbol. And the equal symbol you've probably seen before is just this one. All right, so for 2 over 5 compared to 4 over 5, which number is greater? Well, here's the key thing. If the bottom number is the same, like the same denominator once again, then you only have to really compare the top number. And in this case, which number is greater, 4 or 2? 4, right? 4 is bigger than 2. So you just want to write this symbol here, which means that 2 over 5 is less than 4 over 5. So 4 over 5 is the larger number, right? So I'm going to say larger. Okay, perfect. Now looking at B, I have 6 over 7 compared to 1 over 7. Once again, the same denominators. So let's just compare the numerators. Which is bigger, 6 or 1? 6, right? Since over 7 is greater than 1 over 7, I write this symbol. So remember, any number on this side of the symbol, where the mouth looks like it opens, is greater than the number on the opposite side. So in this case, 6 over 7 is going to be greater, so it's going to be larger. And now let's compare 2 over 3 to 2 over 3. Since the denominators are the same, we only have to compare the top number. Which number is greater, 2 or 2? Okay, well in this case, 2 is the same as 2, so they're just going to be equal. So we're just going to say they're equal to each other, right? So equal to each other. Perfect, now let's move on. Okay, now we get to a more complicated example. What happens when we compare something and the denominators are not the same? In this case, I got 3 over 4, which has a denominator of 4, and I got 5 over 8, which has a denominator of 8. Since they aren't the same, we must try a different method. So, for the different method, there is a method I want to show you. It's called the butterfly method. So simply put, when I compare 3 over 4 to 5 over 8, I simply do this. I try to form what looks almost like an X, but you can call it a butterfly if you'd like, if there's a better visual for it. So in this case, once I form this X, I simply multiply the numbers across from each other. So 4 multiplies by 5, and 8 multiplies by 3. So 4 times 5 is going to be 20. And then 8 times 3 is going to be 24. And now I'm simply going to ask you this question. Which number is greater, 24 or 20? In this case, 24, right? 24 is larger. So if 24 is larger, I'm going to say that the number on the left side is going to be larger than the number on the right side. So in this case, that means that 3 over 4 is greater than 5 over 8. And here's a better illustration of the butterfly method. As you can see here, it sort of forms and looks like the wings of a butterfly. Now let's compare more fractions that have different denominators. So here I got 8 over 20 compared to 3 over 6. Let's use the butterfly method we talked about to compare them. So I'm going to start by forming a X across from each other. So here I have 20 times 3, which is going to be 60, compared to 8 times 6, which is going to be 48. So which is greater, 48 or 60? In this case, 60. Since 60 is greater, this side will be greater here. So I can say that 3 over 6 is greater than 8 over 20. Now let's move on to number 2. So for example number 2, I'm going to be comparing 1 over 10 compared to 1 over 4. I'm going to use my butterfly method and start by forming a cross again. So here I have 10 times 1 compared to 1 times 4. Well, 10 times 1 is 10, and 4 times 1 is 4. So which number is greater, 10 or 4? in this case 10. So I'm going to say that 1 over 4 is greater than 1 over 10. Now let's compare the last one, 1 over 5 compared to 5 over 10. So I'm going to use the butterfly method again. I'm going to form my cross. Okay, now in this case, 5 times 5 is going to be 25, and 10 times 1 is going to be 10. So which number is greater, 25 or 10? 25. So that means that 5 over 10 is greater than 1 over 5.